2 years ago, I came to San Francisco for just a quick trip. I thought I would just stop in, see the Golden Gate Bridge, get some cool food, and get a good view of the city. But somewhere between the fog rolling in and the view from the bridge, I fell in love. I fell in love with the city, the sights, the view, the weather, the people, the style, the vibe. So much to see, so little time. We had to go back to fucking work. Back then, and by back then I mean 2 years ago, it felt impossible. But now, I'm filming this from the city of my dreams. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kimmy, and I make videos about experiencing this new beautiful city, growing into the person that I want to be, and anything that crosses the complex planes of my mind. When I first visited, everything felt electric. The food, the neighborhood, the people, just the styles of dress and things that people wore would just seem so different than my humble Southern California. Humble, I know. Yeah, I'm from Southern California. That's where we moved from. That's where I pretty much grew up at, and that's pretty much all I've ever really been used to. So coming out here and seeing how things are different, how people dress and act different, it really was like an eye-opening experience. It's not like I haven't been to other places. I've traveled to different states and things like that, but nothing really ever caught my eye like this city did. And it really planted the seed in my mind. It would be incredible to live here. It was a pretty spontaneous trip. I convinced my man to go to a festival in Sacramento, Soul Bloom. If you were there, you were there. And if you know, you know. It's a great time and amazing performances and amazing people. But anyway, I convinced him to go and we had a great time. We had a ball, but we knew since we were so close to San Francisco and that neither of us had ever seen the Golden Gate Bridge or San Francisco, that we should just pop in for a little visit. We should just see what's up. What's the vibe? What's the big idea? You know what I mean? So from Sacramento, we drove the scenic route all the way to San Francisco, which was about 2.5 hours. And boy, it was a beautiful drive. It's not like there was a lot of cities or anything to see. It's just, I don't know if it was just, the music that was playing in the car, or if it was just me and my boyfriend being on the same level or mindset. But the drive was beautiful, and just seeing the different water and the landscapes driving through was honestly amazing to see, and was a great start to my first experience in the Bay Area. Well, at first it was absolutely gorgeous, but then the fog started rolling in and I was like, it's going to be a gloomy day. The vibes were so cool on the way in. Now it's going to start raining. But as we kept on driving, I saw the big ass red bridge, the one that's supposed to be gold but is actually red, the Golden Gate Bridge. And as we got closer and closer and closer to it, the fog started to clear up and the sun started to shine and the rays came out. And it was like I had just stepped into a different world, one that was just beautiful, gorgeous, and just lovely. I felt like I had just come into my own driving into the city. It was huge and it was epic. Honestly, my heart was like pounding and I just felt like I felt like I was seeing like one of the wonders of the world or some shit. Like I was really about to go off on my journey, on my adventure. The sun was shining and the sky was blue inside this fogged out city. And I was like, yeah, I gotta be a part of it. Something in me had changed in that moment. Even on that short trip, the neighborhoods amazed me. Diverse, each with their own personality and vibe. Some were suburban, some were industrial, some were, a little rough around the edges, but I could ignore that if I just looked down the hills and focused on the sun setting over the bay. And then came the dinner at Brenda's French Soul Food. Now this place was a whole vibe. Like what a way to really just get into the fucking city is coming to this place. A little hole in the wall that I just happened to find. We were just driving through the city and I looked up a restaurant and that was one of the ones that popped up. It looked interesting. So I was like, let's hit it. And I walked in there and they had like live music playing, like a big ass cello, like right in the corner. And he was like going in on that cello. I was really into it. I love live music to start. So if I hear live music of any kind, I'm going to get excited. But anyway, he was going in with that cello and the food was so good. The restaurant was so like, it was just decorated in a way I had never seen. There were like mirrors, different kinds of styles of mirrors, like lining the walls. And like, it was just like a vibe I can't even explain. And the food, most importantly, the food was so, so good. Like, if you like seafood, you should definitely try it. It's definitely a vibe. So damn good. But like, it was the perfect way to kind of put this little adventure of ours to rest, and it really just gave us both something to think about on our drive home. And after I got back home, I was like, wow, that was just so, so eye-opening, so refreshing, so emotional. I think like I feel like I'm a whole new person. I felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be in that exact moment in time. I was supposed to be in that restaurant eating shrimp and grits and listening to this cello player go crazy. And when I left the city, I felt like I was leaving something behind. And it was something that I really, really wanted to feel again. One day I was standing in the shower and I turned to my man and I was like, we should move to San Francisco. And from that moment on, I was convinced that I would build a life in the city by the bay. Like I was convinced there was nothing stopping me. Like that was like my main goal after that. And I was making it happen no matter what. And if it were up to me, I would have moved that year, but the timing was not right. See, it's a good thing we did wait because it probably would have been a disaster if we hadn't, honestly. See, I'm the type of person to just jump in. Like, I am ready to go. I see no reason to wait. I'm just ready to make shit happen. So having to wait a whole year was definitely horrible for me. But really, it was kind of just like a blessing in disguise because I was not mature enough yet. I didn't have a job, I didn't have a plan, and I really didn't have any money. So once I had come to the terms with the fact that I was not going to move that year, I decided to take it as an opportunity. I decided to take it as an opportunity to plan and to strategize and to really make the move as easy as I could possibly make it. Most importantly, I needed to figure out a job. Like that was probably the most important thing to figure out before moving out here was where the fuck was I going to work? How was I going to make money? So I really had to start strategizing. And I had an amazing strategy in my head. I decided that I was going to make my job rely on me to a point where they would not be able to survive without me if I just so happened to decide to move. So I did. For a year, I spent my time making sure that all the marketing efforts relied upon me and went through me and only me. And this is where my fucking evil genius era really kicked in because I spent a year doing this. Like I stayed focused on this goal. And by the time it was time for us to go, and I told them 2 weeks before I was leaving, they were like, oh yeah, you can stay on remote. And I was like, yeah, that was the plan. Holy shit, it actually worked. I can't believe it. A year in the making and I'm taking my job with me. That makes this so much easier for now. And having this year to wait also gave me a good chance to start saving because I didn't have shit in the bank. I don't know what I thought I was going to do. This is like literally one of the most expensive cities in the fucking country and maybe world. I don't fucking know. The world's huge. but one of the most expensive cities to live in the US, definitely. And I thought I was just gonna move out here with no kind of savings and no plan. Like, what was I thinking? What the fuck was I thinking? But yeah, I got a chance to save up some money, and it's a good thing too because I needed that. Me and my man also planned a trip to go back to the city and visit and, go see some apartments that we actually wanted to live in maybe. Now, we didn't end up choosing any of the apartments that we viewed, but we did get a good idea of where we wanted to live. And now we live in a pretty cool spot, really central to everything. So that's awesome. It's expensive to move anywhere, to make any move, getting moving trucks, movers, storage units, whatever you got to do. Like, it's expensive to move no matter what, but it's really expensive to move to a major city. And so we researched neighborhoods within our price range and, just went around and visited so we could see where we wanted to live. And we were able to make our decision based off of that. By the time our lease ended, we had a nice place lined up and at least one steady job to keep us afloat while we were getting back on our feet out here. I'd love to say that I'm the type of person that could just pack up on a whim and then make shit happen, but really, it took a whole year of planning and dedication and focus to make this happen. But when the time came, I was ready to go. Ooh, I just found this gorgeous patch of sunlight at this park, and doesn't it just look gorgeous? Aren't I just glowing? I love it. When our next lease came up for renewal, we didn't waste no fucking time. We had a place, we had a plan, we got it together. We hired movers, packed our shit, and cleaned up our old apartment, put our cats in the carriers, and got the fuck up out of there. Like, when I tell you this happened so quick, I didn't realize how exhausting it was going to be or how quick it was going to happen. And I've moved before, like across the city, maybe to the city next to one city over. This was a feat in the fucking half because we packed up the house like over the week before we left, we packed the house up. And then the movers came and we had nothing. And it was like that same day we drove down to San Francisco that same night with no sleep, no nothing. We were just so tired driving off of Red Bulls. But we made it into the city okay. For 6 hours on almost no sleep and some Red Bulls. But by the time we rode into the city and I saw that big ass wall of fog, I knew I was home and I knew we had did it. Stepping into our apartment for the first time, I just let out the deepest breath. Like, I just knew we had done it. Like, we had made our dreams come true. This is the best thing I've ever done in my life, like the most risky thing I've ever done in my life. But like really the biggest thing we'd ever done. This is crazy. And I had done it with my man and we were on together. Like, life was looking up. But truly the real work had just begun. We wanted to build a life here. I wanted a full-blown life. I wanted to have friends, a career, hobbies, interests. I wanted to be a part of the city. I didn't just want to live here. I wanted to be a part of it, like alive within the city. So I got to work. After 8 months of putting in job applications, I got a job. I got a really good job, my dream job, really, in marketing. And I was to be a marketing manager. Who would have thought? Me? I mean, yeah, I guess it was on my list of careers. It definitely was actually on my list of careers, but I didn't think it was going to happen like that. Like, I had been applying for 8 months straight since January, and I hadn't heard back, hadn't had any kind of luck, barely got interviews until I actually moved to the city. And I had worked so hard on my portfolio, on my resume, on my LinkedIn profile. Like, this was a part of the plan too. Like, I was going in on the job because I realized how hard it was going to be. Everybody knows the job market's trash, employers are trash, Indeed garbage, what a shit platform. But yeah, I knew it was going to be hard. So a part of my plan was definitely optimizing my job profiles, my resume, making sure I was doing different cover letters and not using AI completely for everything. But anyway, at the end of the day, I landed a corporate tech role in fucking San Francisco. It just sounds like such a fucking cliche, but that's really what happened. I moved to San Francisco and got a tech job. Like, I'd finally done it, something that so many people just fantasize about. I had actually achieved. I just feel like I was capable of like anything. And it it really felt better than I even imagined it would. Like it felt like I had really done something. And I know this is just very small blip in like the things that are actually happening in the world, but like I can't control most of the shit that's happening in the world. I can only control me, and the fact that I got me and my man to do this was wonderful. But like amazing shit to me. Need some chapstick. Need some chapstick. I mean, lips are so dry. It's windy, and I just keep on looking. I don't know why I didn't just put the chapstick on to start. Now I wake up to the sound of cable cars and the smell of fresh Bay Air. I've found new friends, I've joined groups, I've joined a skating group, I've joined a hiking group, I've gotten a new job, I've met so many people already, and I'm looking to just build these connections and relationships and just keep on going, because this really is the dream. This really is the life that I wanted to live, and I'm going to live it to its fullest. I've eaten at amazing restaurants and gone to concerts and clubs and parties and festivals. So many fun things just happen in the city. And I'm so happy to be able to have experienced all that I already have, and super excited to experience so much more, because there's so much I don't know about or haven't seen or do know about and just haven't gotten to, because there's just so much shit to do. I walk or ride to work every single day, and my job allows me to go all throughout the city collecting the hidden gems and really the best the city has to offer, and I'm so grateful for that. After work, I might hit the gym, I might go skate or hang out with friends or just chill at one of the fucking 300 parks that are in the city. Like there's no shortage of open space and fresh air to be had here. I roller skate with a crew of awesome skaters and go on hikes with amazing women. Yes, it's expensive. This is California, so it's gonna be expensive. It's not perfect. Rent is high and the fog is real, but it's fine. This is the life that I imagined during my first trip here. I won't even pretend that I wasn't scared. I was anxious. I was filled with doubt. I felt like an entire imposter syndrome was like eating my ass up. I was like, I can't live here. These are people who know things, who are probably like the best in their industry or good at what they do. Like, how am I even supposed to compete? I had watched YouTube videos of people like picking up and just leaving wherever they wanted to go, and I really used to think like, how do you do that? How do you just pick up and leave everything you know and everything you've ever done to go start fresh and new? It seemed so freeing, so liberating, but also completely out of what I could ever do for myself. Like, I worried about leaving my family, my job, like so many things could have gone wrong, and especially in this unsteady economy and like political sphere, it's like, do you really want to take this big risk right now? But really, the answer was yes, because it's not like it was going to get any better. It's not like the world's going to get any better. So I kind of just got to do what I can to make my life as good as it can be. Fear and insecurity are meant to protect us, but it can also really be an obstacle and a roadblock. And sometimes it really just blocks the life that we want to have. I decided that the dream and the chance to upgrade my life was worth the risk. Whatever the risk was, I decided it was worth it. I didn't know what it would bring or where I would be, but I knew that I had to try. Right now, I feel exactly how I imagined I would feel when I became the person that I was meant to be. If you're watching this with a dream of your own, moving cities, moving jobs, just making any kind of change, just know that you are not alone and you are perfectly capable of doing it. It doesn't happen overnight, and it does take a lot of planning and discipline and just general focus, strategy to make it happen as well as it can, but you are capable of doing that. Like we all have to make things happen in our lives. We all have to strategize and make it work for the way that we want to live. That's the only way to make it, and actually that's just the only way to be happy now. Like, we have to basically have to work our asses off just to survive at this point. So making the best of it by planning and strategizing is really the best way to go about it, in my opinion. Take small proactive steps. Any step towards your goal is still a step, and it's better than not doing anything at all. Save and wait for the right moment to strike, and when it's time, go through with it with all your might, all your effort. Anything you can do, put your all into it. Study online, watch YouTube videos, build skills, map out a path to your goals. And when the time comes, trust yourself enough to take the leap. Your dream might not look like mine, but it's waiting for you. And with that being said, thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video, and like and subscribe so that the algorithm can push this out to other people who might want to see it. I hope your day is going great, and I'll see you in the next video.